had to.
What's up? Okay, I've been busy myself. I'm just getting started here now myself.
Oh, okay.
11th of June, Rabbi Furst, Havos of Halavovos.
Thank you. Zoom mentions this Rabbi Stone first here. Yeshiva Tzemach from the Zoom learning Heshbon Hanefesh in the Sefer Havos Halavovos, and we're at the 10th, beginning fresh, the 10th of the 30 Heshbonis, that the spiritual accountings that a person should take on a regular basis with himself and evaluating his serving the Kadosh Baruch Hu in relationship to what he's supposed to be doing and how well he's actually doing it. Okay, great. Yeah, who would like to read? We'll start with the beginning of the Yadim document as well, Mary. You got it in the email earlier.
Mayor, you're muted.
Yes, I do have it, but I also have the text with me too.
Okay, very good.
Okay, so the Vasiri Heshbon Ha'adam im nafsho be hashkefas habore al nigalhu v'nis taru. Okay, let's see. So the 10th Heshbon Hanefesh for a person. What is Behish Kafes?
Hashkaf, the person's hashkafa is the this is hashkafa saboy, the literally the observations of a Kadosh Baruch Hu.
Is it like Hashkafa, the philosophy?
Well, that's it could be philosophy, perspective, opinion. More literally, it means hashkafa is the observation of a Kadosh Baruch Hu.
I see. Of Hashem. Al what is Nigal who?
On which is revealed Ministar, and which is concealed. Meaning, we have to person has to make a spiritual accounting on the following, that we all know if we would be asked, do you know that Hashem's watching you? Do you know that Hashem knows what you think? You know that he knows what you say, what you do. Everybody, we're talking about believing Jews, everyone without exception would say, of course Hashem knows what I'm saying, knows what I'm doing, knows what I'm thinking. And without exception, they would say that. But the thing we're trying to evaluate here now is how much do we really think about that? And how much of an effect does that have on our daily lives? That's what we're trying to do an analysis on now.
So Hashem observes everything that's revealed and hidden about us.
Right. So that's the fact. So, but the question is, how much do we pay attention to that fact? Now, how much effect does that fact have on our daily lives?
Right.
Meaning, when a person goes into let's say a thief goes into a bank, and he's looking the place over and deciding which teller he's going to take his gun to point to her head and say, hand over the money. So that's what he's thinking, right?
Right.
When he sees there's a camera facing him from behind the teller, he begins to think twice, right?
Right.
So that camera has a a very strong effect on his behavior. And that's what it's there for.
Right.
And so also, in the same way, the fact that Hashem is observing us completely, absolutely all the time, that should have a effect on our behavior.
Right. Vishahu ro'eh oso v'zocher kol ma'asav. And that he sees him and recalls all of his actions. Uma she'over al libo min ha mechshavos hatovos v'ha rayos. And he sees him and he recalls all of his actions and that which sha'avor that which he passed, that which passed upon his heart.
Yeah, that I mean, the thoughts which pass on his mind, his heart, his mind.
Right. From the calculation, what's haros?
No, that so like this. It's like okay, so he remembers all. Hashem is watching, sees and remembers all of his actions and what passes over his heart from the makshavas, whether they be good or whether they be bad. V'hayu, the second line, v'hayu mefached tamid mimenu. In the middle of the second line there, right?
Right, but I missed this word v'harayos.
Hatovos v'haros, good ones and bad ones.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Tovos, good, ro'os, bad.
Oh, good and bad. Okay, I see. V'yeh mifchad tamid. What's mifchad?
He's fearful.
Pardon?
He's fearful.
Fearful.
Pachad, from pachad.
Fearful. He's always fearful of it. Umishtadel v'takain niglahu v'nistaru. What's mishtadel?
He makes efforts.
He makes efforts to fix the things that are revealed and the things that are hidden. The Elohim before Hashem Yisbarach may be blessed.
Right. The fact that he remembers that Hashem is watching him in all ways possible, revealed and unrevealed, hidden and unhidden. So he remembers this, and that creates a fear in him continually. And therefore he puts forth effort to rectify those things which are revealed and those things which are hidden, because he understands Hashem is watching him. He wants to put on the best possible, give Hashem the best possible impression possible.
The imshal was there. And this is a parable?
Right. He's going to give a parable to describe the situation.
Elu haya mashkif alav. Adam v'shomer hano vo sav tamid.
That's to his movements, his behavior.
Okay, so so these are what's mashkif?
To be observed.
Upon him. And he guards his behavior all the time. The nachon haya lo la'asos davar shehim ashu ha'adam hahu. And it's correct that for him to do something, what's this word? Sheyim ashu.
So the mashal is that, let's say that there's somebody who's continually watching over him. He's watching him. Now, let me digress for a moment. In the yeshiva in Mir, Rabbi Yerucham Levovitz was the mashgiach in the Mir in yeshiva in Poland before World War II. Okay? At the time when they built the base medrash for the yeshiva, he had Rabbi Yerucham, a special architect, come in to design the base medrash, that the base medrash could be built in a way that he, Rabbi Yerucham, could see every person learning in the base medrash. What does that mean? Rabbi Yerucham had a small room built in the attic above the base medrash, and he had a clear view of everyone who was learning in the base medrash. So when it came time to build the actual base medrash, he wanted to design it, and he hired a special architect to come in to design the base medrash in a way that there would be no pillars whatsoever in the base medrash, because he didn't want anybody to be able to be sitting behind the pillar that he couldn't observe them constantly. So here also, the mashal is that a person has somebody who's watching over him constantly.
Right.
Hanokon hayelo lasos darim shimasu ha'adam hahu. It's proper that a person who's being watched, refrain from doing something which would displease that person who's watching him. He knows he's being observed. So is it not proper that the person who's being observed should refrain from doing something which is going to be displeasing to the person who's watching him?
וכל שכן, אם יש לו טובה וחסד, how much more so if there is for him goodness and kindness,
meaning even more so if the person who's watching him benefits him and does good with him.
uh-huh.
And even a person we don't even know, there's a traffic camera staring you at the corner, right? You don't know who's watching. You don't even know if anyone's watching at all. But if you go through the red light, they're filming you, and you're going to get a ticket in the mail, right?
Right.
So now, even more so, you'll be careful in what you do. If the person who's watching you is someone who does good things for you, he's helped you in the past, he's going to help you in the future. So you don't want to do anything that will displease him while he's watching you.
Right. Let's see, where was I? וכל שכן, אם הוא אדון know, וכל שכן, even more so that he is
his master. Even more so, he'd be careful if the person watching was his master.
right. And even more so that if he was the creator, Hamashkif alav. What's Hamashkif?
That he observes him.
Kama hu chayav the hakelev the va'kelim ula his boshesh. What's that? Hishboshesh.
From the word boshes, from he should be embarrassed. Kalem should be, it should be abashed. In this boshes, it should be embarrassed.
Okay, so how much is he obligated to be embarrassed before his master? Ula he's har, and to be concerned may ham roso ula maher la'avodaso ula savav ritzono v'havaso. That he should quickly do his work. What is Vilisavav?
That that's so much a person is obligated to be abashed and to be embarrassed in front of Hashem, who's watching him inside and out continually. Lazir mihamoroso, and to be careful from like rebelling against him. And Lamahir Lavodosa should be quick to do his bidding. L'savev Ritzonu, and to be enwrapped, to be consumed, in serving him and loving him.
V'od ki min hayidva etzlanu. What is this word? Hayidva?
V'od, further, ki min hayidua etzlenu, and also from the fact that it's known by us.
Sha'anu mis kashtim be mivchar ma shenochel alav min ha-elokim, no, min ha-milvoshim b'tseisanu lik raos malkenu ushrienu gadolei dafka.
Okay, so now he's bringing this down more personally, rather than speaking in terms of a mushal. Now he's speaking in terms of how we actually how we actually behave, meaning ki min yeduetz language, because since it's known by us, meaning this is how we behave. She'anu miskadshim b'mivkar min hanochel, the love, min hamalavushim, that we miskashitim, we are adorned. We adorn ourselves. Miskashit is to adorn. We adorn ourselves. The mivkar min hanochel, from the very best that we can possibly do in terms of our dress. But the Tzeitzanu close Malachenu, the Sereno, the Gedoli Doreno. That we do our very best, choose and put on our very best clothes, and when we go out to greet our kings and our ministers and the great ones of our generation, look what we do. Don't we all, if we would have the opportunity to meet a person of great renown, wouldn't we put on our best clothes to meet him?
Moshe Emar, as it says, he ain lavo al sha'ar hamelech bilvush shak. Like that which is said, he does not come to the gate of the king. What is Bilavush Shak?
Right. That this is a pasuk from Megillah Esther. That Mordecai was fasting b'levush sak. He put on special loincloth to show his mourning, his fasting and his mourning.
Right.
Esther was telling him, you can't appear before the king. You can't even appear in the gate of the king wearing such clothes.
The Amar Yishlach Para Vayikra Es Yosef Vayir Itzohu Min Habor Vyigalach V'yichlaf Shemlosav. What's Shemlosav?
That Yishlach Paro v'yikra Yosef, that Paro sent and he called for Yosef, and they brought him up out of the pit. V'yiglach, they shaved him, Yachlich Simlosav, and they changed his clothes. He can't appear before a king in normal clothes. Right? The president of the United States wasn't so happy when the Ukrainian president came wearing his weekday clothes or whatever he used to wear.
I'm sorry, the president was unhappy about what?
There was a meeting with the president of the United States and the president of the Ukraine.
Right.
The president of Ukraine didn't wear a suit. So the president of the United States made a comment. What? This is how you, I don't know exactly what he said, but he wasn't happy about it.
Oh, right. I remember that. Yeah. That was a debacle.
Mm-hmm. That that's what he's saying here. The normal behavior is when you approach a person of power, a person of influence, that you behave differently. You treat him differently because you want him to feel that you value his power, the fact that he does have power.
Right.
Okay, so that's just the Hakadama. That's just the preface of this 10th of the spiritual accountings, that we have to be continually aware that Hashem's watching over us. He knows what we say, He knows what we think, He knows what we do. And it's known that we are very well aware of the fact that we ourselves act differently when we know somebody's watching us. So even more so, we should be acting on our best behavior, bearing in mind that Hashem is watching over us. So, but that's the question: how often do we really behave and think that way? And that's the thing He's going to try and teach us how to do. So, okay, we did the first paragraph. So let's take a little break here, okay?
Okay.
And we'll continue with the Mr. Bish shortly.
Thank you, Rabbi. See you in a
Thank
few
you.
minutes.
Thank you for the reading, Lou. Thank you. Thank you, Mary. Hope to see you soon.